That's good. Nice and steady movement. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to grind some stumps with a T25 and our stump grinder. Let me talk you through it. So a stump grinder, as it engages, wants to pull the way it's turning. In our case, it wants to pull this way. So it's very, very important that you tighten your stabilizers up as good as you can. You don't want any, the more movement that you have, the more likely that it's going to damage your tractor, because it gets momentum and then comes over and just all of a sudden hits the stabilizers really, really hard. And that's why you end up a lot of times damaging your stabilizers, because it gets enough kinetic force going that it bop, snaps it. So we're going to tighten our stabilizer up, and then we'll hook this dude up. Our stabilizers, this is going to want to go to that side. It's going to constantly pull to that side. So we're going to make sure that this is the side that we're going to pull to and tighten it up as tight as we can. Some tractors have like pin systems. This tractor has a turnbuckle. So just loosen that nut, and we're going to tighten this up until it takes out all of the slack. There's still a little bit more in there. Still a little more we can get out. Take out the remainder of the slack over here. All right, make sure you tighten up your turnbuckles really tight, because this will vibrate loose. So now I've got my 3-point hitch really tight, and it's really tight right here. As you go down the different angles of the 3-point hitch come into play, so you'll see I have a little bit more free play at the bottom. There we go. Guess that wasn't too hard. That's good. So it's been really rainy out here and wet and nasty, so we just kind of have to pick our jobs of what we can do with the weather. We have a high clay content, so we're not as likely to sink up in this area than we are in some areas. So I'm going to go ahead and hit these two. So it's actually a old stump here and then another stump here. We're going to hit those and try to do as much as we can here. And then maybe later on we'll do some wood chipping. This thing has 2 pillow bearings, and I've greased those up. They're in really good shape. So I think we're ready. Everything's serviced and ready to go. So I'm really getting the hang of this by just taking little small bites. It seems to be a lot easier on the tractor. The bigger tractor can actually handle more. So each time I go forward, I just drop it a little bit further. Drop it about another inch. Doing it like this is actually kind of pleasurable. I'm just dragging it back over the back. Probably shouldn't do that, but I'm gonna take this about 6 inches below the ground. And on that particular one, I did take a little bit too big of a bite. So now we're gonna move over to the other part of the stump. I start on the, as I'm looking at it, I'm starting on the left side and working my way to the right, because it throws the chips out to the right. Maybe too big of a bite, but tractor seems to handle it. Same thing again, drop it about maybe an inch or so. We're not abusing our tractor so much. This stump is about, I'm gonna say it's about 18 inches in diameter when we start it. Obviously it gets bigger as we go down further. A little bit too big of a bite. And a lunge forward a little bit, but tractor still handling it. This T25, it's running about 18 to 19 PTO horsepower. So that's what we're getting this done with. Almost got it down. Another pass maybe. Yeah, we're definitely getting a better hang of this. Just taking small bites, and I really do like the small tractor for this. The 474 is obviously got a lot more power and would probably went through this quicker. We probably took 2-inch bites versus the 1-inch bites that we were taking, but this is just the little 25 horsepower tractor is just such a pleasure. Now I get a lot of comments about this. They're like, well, why wouldn't you dig this up with a backhoe? Well, I don't need to. It's got 6 inches of mulch over the top of it. Grass is going to grow. This is going to be a yard, or actually it's going to be the chicken area, and so it's not really necessary. And if I do need to build something, I can always come in at that point and dig it up with a backhoe. What's left here? Most likely a postal digger would go through it if we were like trying to put a fence down. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. So that's one down. These tulip poplars are not hard to do either, so they're a lot softer wood. Yeah. This one over here, let's see, this one's bigger. This is probably about a 21, it's probably 20 inches wide tulip poplar. We'll knock this one out real quick. That one's gonna be a big one there. I gotta get the chainsaw back here and cut that one down. That's an old cherry over there we gotta cut down. So we'll just get these two knocked out today. We had some extra time in between the rains. We've had like a month of rain now. Crazy. You gonna stand on it? We're taking your perch away. So again, we're starting, I'm gonna start on the left side. As I'm looking backwards, I'm starting on the left side. I can see the right side of my tractor as I'm sitting on it. It's gonna throw to the left side of the tractor as you're looking forward. So I'm gonna, again, just come down and sit right on top of it. And then I'll drop it down until I hear it hit. All right, now I'm just gonna back up. I'm gonna drop it down about an inch, and here we go. That's a nice easy pass there. We cut off about 7 inches wide on the widest part. All right, a little bit heavier bite, see what happens. Nice and steady movement. This is why it's recommended for a hydrostat only. Drop it down another, about 1.5 inches. Making these passes smooth and steady keeps it from jerking. When I first got this thing, I had a hard time because it would want to jerk left and right. And I was overloading the unit. This is a big healthy stump from a tree that was alive just a few weeks ago. So this is not a sickly stump or anything like that. That's what I was talking about, getting too big of a bite. Definitely too big of a bite, but I committed to it, so I went with it. Yeah, we're getting down now. All right, so we're probably about 8 inches under the ground there. I'm gonna go back over, get another swipe. Move back about 6 inches over. It's kind of hard to tell. You just learn to watch where things are at. Again, I'm gonna pull right in the center of the stump. I touched it, so I'll be back up a little bit. Now I'll put it down, so I'll find the stump. I'm gonna back up. Drop it down about an inch, start taking my bites. Another inch. Stump this size will probably take about 3 passes. Maybe 4. When I mean passes, I mean separate cut paths. In each cut path, it might take 6 or 8 cuts. Just a little bit left of this one. Got a little greedy. So that's not bad, I don't think. We've done, I would say each one of those stumps took about, what, 7-8 minutes at most. And we've cut up, with stump grinder, we've cut up, I don't know, probably 60, 70 stumps now, probably more than that overall. I don't know how many stumps we've done. We've done them 2 and 3, 4, 5, and 10 at a time, just depending on what day it was. So I'm really starting to gravitate towards the T25 for the stump grinder. Even though it doesn't have the horsepower of the 474, it's very refined in how you can move forward and backwards. It's very refined in how you can move up and down. And I can see the actual stump grinder, where the 474 is such a big tractor that it's hard to see. I think I could do better with a 474 if I had one of those video cameras mounted to the back where you could actually see what's going on. It's really hard to see where the cutter is, and here I can gauge it a lot better on this T25. I just don't think you could ask for any better results, to be honest with you. That stump right there is probably, we cut it off 6 to 8 inches underground. And like I said, there's very little of it underground anymore anyway. So if we do need to like put a post here for some reason, I feel very comfortable that a postal digger would dig through that. And if not, it'd be easy enough to take the backhoe and dig it up. Guys, I appreciate you watching our channel. Hope you enjoyed this. We'll get back to you with some more fun tractor stuff in between all this rain. We were so dry this summer, and now look at us, rain every day. God bless, have a great day.